After 20 years at the helm of a very successful program in Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy is out. After 2 very lackluster seasons and a really poor performance this season, the Cowboys are making a coaching change. But was it the right call? Let's talk about it on the Waterboys College Football Show. Let's get right into it, boys. Mike Gundy out at Oklahoma State.
Sheesh.
Another school decides to can a head coach, well, without really even getting into conference play.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. Are you surprised it took them this long?
Yeah, a little bit, just because of the deal that they restructured with him during the offseason. I didn't think they'd keep him through the year if it went rough. I thought if it went rough, they wouldn't keep him next year, but I thought they'd let him coach out the year. Just based on getting rid of everybody on the coaching staff and, letting him start that thing over. But, it didn't really get any better at all. He's had a rough couple of years now, but at the same time, it's Stillwater, Oklahoma, and it's a program that was a couple of years late to the NIL and the transfer portal stuff. There's a $15 million buyout if OSU cuts ties after 2025 or 2026. So they were more than, I guess, happy to pay this $15 million buyout, like not a big deal to them. But, the question becomes, who do you go get if you're Oklahoma State? And do you want to go to a program that's not in great shape right now?
It's honestly just crazy because we are 4 years removed from them being a play away from making the college football playoff.
Yep.
The four team college football playoff. And now we're sitting here talking about them firing Mike Gundy, who has been there since I've been alive, essentially. In week 4.
Second most tenured coach in FBS.
Yeah, so it's just like it's actually crazy that like we got here this quickly, and it does show you what not paying attention to the transfer portal and NIL can do to a program.
All right, before we get you back to the video, let me tell you a little bit about our brand new partner, Better. Better is the first real micro play app. So instead of waiting for the whole game, you can lock in a play on every drive, every snap, every pitch, every moment. It's super simple. Just swipe, make your pick, and you're in. So don't just watch the game this weekend. Live it, play it, better it. Download the Better app now and use code WASHED for a special bonus play offer. Now, back to the Waterboys College Football Show. Steve, I'm going to give you his record. 170-90, 18 straight winning seasons, 1 Big 12 title in 2011. I don't know if you can do better than that at Oklahoma State.
That's true, considering, what he did and didn't have to work with. I wonder what he does next. I've been thinking about that. Would he go to another college, maybe go to high school? I wonder what old Grundy's got up his sleeve.
Yeah, I don't know what you get by cutting him right now. The program isn't in any worse shape if you let him go through the season. Now, will they rip off a couple of wins? Probably. There'll be that whole, let's win one for coach thing that you might be able to get some stuff in. Doug Meacham, the guy who literally has been the offensive coordinator for 6 months, named interim coach in place of Gundy. But, it's bad. You can't lose to Tulsa for the first time since the 50s.
Yeah.
On top of letting Oregon put up 60 on you.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with a buddy earlier today, and they were like, we kind of expected the Oregon thing, but we can't not be the second best team in Oklahoma. Like, losing to Tulsa was just a step too far.
Makes you wonder how more open the Big 12 conference is going to keep getting for the rest of the season, or maybe not at all if you're Iowa State, because they're looking pretty good right now. It seems like it's just up to them to keep consistency up and take the conference this season. But yeah, it just keeps getting wider.
Let me give you a couple of names that are being talked about. Let's see if any of these tickle your fancies, boys. Texas A&M OC Colin Klein. Okay. That one doesn't necessarily get me jazzed up. This next one, though, he's been in the Big 12. And in fact, he's done well in the Big 12 at one point. Nebraska OC Dana Holgerson had some really good years at West Virginia. He could get exciting. Another name that's being floated around there, Falcons OC Zach Robinson, who played quarterback at Oklahoma State. And then this one, I think, is a big swing. No chance I think they get this guy. Oregon OC Will Stein.
No. You have to get the former player.
Yep.
I think if there's one thing that the three of us here, this is a Waterboys stance. We want more former players coaching college football.
For sure. That's just where it's at now.
Especially if they're coaching at the school that they played at.
Yeah.
Like, I know that Ohio State, they had before the college football playoff last season, there was a lot of talk about Mike Vrabel. A lot of talk about Mike Vrabel. And it would have been awesome to have a guy who was successful at the school, went on and did a really good job coaching, all over the place at the next level, come back down and coach at that school. It would have just been cool to have like a Buckeye being the head coach of the Buckeyes. And so it has to be the guy.
A Patriot head coaching for the Patriots is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I'm indifferent towards Boston sports teams, so.
Well, and I'm not going to say I got sources inside of the program at Oklahoma State, but I do know some people. This doesn't have everything to do with the head coaching. There's been a problem with the Board of Regents at Oklahoma State and Mike Gundy for a while. For one thing, he has made it very clear he will not do local sports media. It's like a running joke on sports radio here in Oklahoma. Hey, when are we getting Mike Gundy on? Oh, that's right. He doesn't do local sports media, which if you're in Stillwater, you can't be picky. Like if Sports Animal wants to talk to you or the franchise, you should do that show. He doesn't like doing fundraisers. He doesn't like hobnobbing with boosters. And there were reports that there were some big time boosters that had 7-figure endowments ready to write with one caveat: Mike Gundy no longer the coach at Oklahoma State.
So they're about to get rich is what you're saying.
He had no problem burning every bridge and kind of liked it. He kind of carried himself like, I'm this gunslinger and I coach the Cowboys and I'll march to the beat of my own drum. And all that's fine when we don't have pay for play.
Yeah.
Now you got to do the fundraisers. Now you got to do the celebrity auctions. You got to do the coaching, clinics. You got to do all that stuff that you don't want to do. But you got to do it when you need money to get players.
Yeah. And it really sets apart, because I think that's why Nick Saban doesn't want to coach college football anymore. Because he just can't do that.
All the extra stuff, yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
And obviously Mike Gundy didn't want to do it either, but he was still out here stealing a paycheck from Oklahoma State and making his fans suffer. We've got a good buddy of mine that's an Oklahoma State guy, and I had a conversation with him on Saturday, and I was like, Tulsa? And he's like, dude, don't even get me started. And I'm like, I'm sorry. That sucks. It's just disappointing. I think it's not only was it bad for Oklahoma State, but I think when coaches bring a program that was pretty good, really good for a while, down to what it is now, and they don't do anything differently, and they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, it's bad for the brand. It's bad for the sport. And so it's it was just bad altogether.
I agree. I think the next type of guy, has to be a 180 guy. 180 from Grundy. You got to be able to go out, do those clinics, like Aaron was saying, go out. I know that we live in a day and age where convenience is just at our fingertips, right? But I would even challenge them to don't settle for FaceTiming kids. Actually go and stand in front of them. Make them feel invested. Make them believe in what you're doing in the program. Go meet with those boosters, because sure, they're signing your paycheck, but, they should feel that energy too, that you're excited to be there. You're excited to turn the program around. And in this again, digital day and age that we live in, branding's everything.
Yeah.
And coaches that are a brand, like Primetime, that packs a punch, and it definitely helps. But if you don't have that past player experience and all the tangibles that come with that, if you're like a Coach Prime, then yeah, you got to go out there and you got to hustle a little bit differently because, NIL, trade portals, shook everything up. So, if you're coming in to take over a program like Oklahoma State, yeah, get out there and do everything. I don't care if it's the freaking local news channel 5 or it's AM radio. Go out there and instill some hope that gets players excited, that gets fans excited, and when you can build that energy up, man, we've all seen, all of us, all college football fans have seen how that can dictate a game. You get that crowd out there, get them fired up because all the work that you put in, the players are invested. They're invested in wanting to come there. They're wanting to play there, et cetera, A, B, C to X, Y, and Z. It can hopefully help turn that program around. But I think moving forward, they got to try to get a guy that's kind of like the polar opposite, one that's willing to get out there because it's branding not only for the university but the football team as well.
Well, and if you're someone watching this and you're like, I don't know a whole lot about Oklahoma State, I'm going to take 30 seconds here and break down Oklahoma State as a program, as an athletic program. They are very different than a traditional, football school. They have an incredible basketball tradition. They have one of the best college wrestling programs in the history of the sport. If you are like, what do you mean? Just go Google Oklahoma State Olympic qualifiers. Google that exactly. You will be absolutely shocked. They've had 2 guys that went to school there that held UFC UFC light heavyweight and heavyweight belts. So they have unbelievable pedigree there. They have a great baseball program, and they have an unbelievable golf program. So they're a school that has a lot going from it from an athletic standpoint. And Mike Gundy always kind of seemed like the outlier of that stuff. And I heard somebody say today, well, coach ought not have to go out there and peddle to get donor dollars. When you're in your regular job and you're new in your regular job and you continue to say no to the like after hours things with the people you work with, and you don't want to go golf on Fridays with the boss and some clients and all that, those are called networking opportunities. And the people that take advantage of those in my career somehow always get an opportunity to do something because they built relationships.
I was just having a conversation with someone the other night, and they were telling me about their kids. One of their kids is very book smart. The other kid is just not interested in school, but he's good with people. He's got personality, and he's good, connecting those street smart dots. And yeah, I mean, a college degree can help in a lot of things, but, the tangible intangibles, networking like you're talking about, which is very much part of any business essentially, but especially in this digitally driven day and age where branding is so important. But yeah, I mean, you're so right. That's such a big part of it.
What's the old saying? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
100%.
100%.
That's exactly what happened to Mike Gundy.
Yep.